Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, we know that the UK authorities are looking at the expenses and expenditure that the SNP government are spending on independence. This is purely a political matter, not a governmental matter, and therefore shouldn't come at public expense. And so they have the likes of all these staff working on things. You have the cost of all these brochures they keep releasing at hundreds of £1,000s a time. And of course then they have Jamie Hepburn's salary. Now his one is particularly irksome, shall we say, because he is paid £100,000 a year. And for that, plus expenses. And for that he's supposed to try and deliver something which he himself has admitted cannot be delivered. But this is a waste of public money. Now he has given several speeches. But he's only said, less than 5,000 words in the last 3 months since he was appointed. Now, if you consider that's £25,000 per quarter, and he's only said less than 5,000 words, it's working out that man is being paid to speak at the rate of £5 per word. Nice work if you can get it. It's a shame it's the taxpayers that are paying him £5 a word when he speaks. It's wrong, isn't it? Let's have a look at this article to see why Hamza Yusuf may be in deep, deep trouble. Because if the UK authorities find that this money should not have come from government funding, it must all be repaid by the SNP. And they haven't got it. Here goes. So, taxpayer splashes out £25,000 on less than 5,000 words from Indy Minister. Now, it should be fewer than 5,000 words, but we'll let this one slide. A breakdown in salary cost for the SNP's Independence Minister, Jamie Hepburn, reveals a cost of £5 per word. As critics say, he is a waste of taxpayers' money. A waste of space, a waste of time, a waste of effort. He's just a waster. He's got no business being there. So Hamza Yusuf's Independence Minister appointee has cost taxpayers £25,000 and he's only said 5,000 words at Holyrood. Jamie Hepburn, his MSP, is on an annual salary of £99,516 a year, pocketing £272.65 every day. But independence is no closer to being the will of the majority of Scots or on the Westminster agenda. Since his appointment to Mr Yusuf's government, the opposition has called out the salary spending as a waste. £100,000. Do you know, that'll hire, 3 nurses? There you go. He is 3 nurses. What a wonderful man he is. Hasn't resigned. Should immediately do so. He even admitted it cannot happen. The latest criticism comes as the UK government ministers probe the SNP's use of public money to further their Skexit cause, which is a purely party matter. Simon Case, the Cabinet Secretary and head of the Civil Service, told a Constitution Committee at the House of Lords his staff were looking at the spending as we speak. We covered this in an earlier video. At Holyrood, the Scottish Conservatives say there was no justification to create the role, and the recent analysis of Mr Hepburn's contributions to government has heightened animosity. The SNP government has spent £24,811.15 on his 5 appearances. So basically £5,000 for turning up, regardless of what he says. But he has only spoken a total of 4,987 words. This comes to £4.97 a word. I wish I was earning £4.97 a word, and I bet you wish you were earning £4.97 a word. I'll be honest and say £1 a word, and I'd be a happy man. Scottish Conservatives Deputy Shadow Cabinet Secretary for the Constitution, External Affairs and Culture. I tell you, that must be a really long label on his desk. Alexander Stewart MSP told the Scottish Express there was no justification for the SNP to ever appoint a Minister for Independence, but this confirms just how much of a waste of taxpayers' money that role is. There shouldn't be one, because the majority of Scots don't want independence. Therefore, there's no requirement for an independent minister. They said it is an insult that in the midst of the current cost of living crisis, when we're all experiencing, Jamie Hepburn in the post has cost taxpayers over £25,000 in the space of a mere few months. His appearance in the Scottish Parliament's chamber have also been extremely limited thus far, he said, not least as his especially created role is solely focused on the SNP's obsession with breaking up the United Kingdom, even though they don't have the right to do it. And indeed, the Supreme Court says they don't have this, and therefore appointing this man is a direct waste of public money, and that is, misuse of public funds. That is a crime. His actual being there is a crime. They need to be prosecuted for it. Rather than squandering public money on constitutional battles that they can't win and grievances which doesn't push their cause, the SNP should focus on Scotland's real priorities, such as strengthening the economy and fixing the NHS. Like I say, that man is representing 3 nurses a year. I know which I'd rather have when it comes to choice of 3 good nurses or 1 useless, pointless waste of space. Official records reveal that at his first parliamentary business at Portfolio Questions on the 17th of May, he spoke 374 words. In his second parliamentary debate, protecting devolution, and the Scottish Parliament debate on the 30th of May, he spoke just shy of 1,300 words. His third appearance was a point of order in the bail and release form from custody Scotland Bill, Stage 3 debate on the 21st of June, where he said just 20 words. Didn't earn much that day then. And another 2,179 words were spoken at the Scottish Constitution debate on the 27th of June. Why are we having all these Constitution debates? There's nothing that's going to change. Nothing can change. There's no point in having Constitution debates. You cannot change your Constitution. In his fifth parliamentary business at Portfolio Questions on the 28th of June, he spoke 1,115 words. A spokesman for Jamie Hepburn said that is a bold statement from the party which crashed the economy to the tune of 30 billion, but by their own logic, the Tories clearly want to hear much more from Jamie. Yeah, they aren't actually answering the point of why has he even got a job. And I I absolutely hope that this inquiry comes back with the conclusion that not only should Jamie Hepburn not be there, that all costs assigned to him, all his expenses, all those brochures, all the staff working on it, the researchers, everything needs to be repaid. And it needs to be repaid by the SNP because it's purely a party political matter. And I bet you it comes to, I'm going to say many hundreds of thousands of pounds, possibly as much as £1 million. And they'd have to repay it. And they haven't got anything close to £1 million. And so they could go into administration. And I think at that point, you'd be deafened by the sound of champagne corks going off all over Scotland. Well, you'd have to be English champagne. As in, you'd all have to run south of the border to get it, because you couldn't afford to pay for the champagne in Scotland, especially not if they're going to raise the minimum unit price. Beer and alcohol will be but a distant memory. Anyway, there we are. So there's, look, a pair of useless pricks. One who's got a job and one who shouldn't have a job. One who's likely to lose his job and one who definitely needs to. Muppets, aren't they? Anyway, I shall round off and I shall come up. Hamza Yusuf must be made to stand and give an explanation and justify having Jamie Hepburn there. He must be able to justify it to a point where people go, okay, we can accept it. And if he can't do that, then they must absolutely fire his arse straight away and then absolutely repay every single cost for everything they've done towards independence out of party funds immediately. They're stealing money. They are absolutely, the SNP, which hasn't got enough members and hasn't got enough money coming in from its membership to do the things it needs to do, is effectively purloining public money, stealing public money to push its party political agenda. That is wrong. That is illegal. And somebody needs to go to prison for it. And as he is the leader of the party, I see no reason why it shouldn't be Hamza Yusuf. Just think, he could share a cell with, Clip It Nippy. I think that would be, the ultimate irony. He could pretend to be a lady so he can go an easy time in prison and share a cell with the pair of them. Can you imagine? Him and Sturgeon sitting in a cell like that, looking at each other, glazing. They will be hating it. I would pay good money. I would pay good money to see that. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, do please hit the subscribe button. Leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. Definitely subscribe. We're getting close to a new target. We are getting very close. And of course, the more you subscribe, the wider I go, and the louder the voice, and the more the truth comes out. So do please hit that subscribe button. Only 30% of my regular viewers do. I think that needs to rise. Come on, hit the button. Anyway, until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, if they're both in prison, you'll never have to deal with them again. Bye.